Good morning, everyone. In the previous class, we have learned about the sexual reproduction in the plants and also about the seed germination. Now, let me know about the cell division and continuation of life. Okay. On that, continuation of life starts from cells, either those of the general body or the sex cells. Okay. If we say about the life cycle of an organism, we will simply define from the cells. Okay, so cells used to form groups, and those group of cells converts into the tissues, and next to the group of tissues to the organs, and organs to the organ system. So the continuation of the life starts from the cells. Okay, either the body cells or the sex cells. Okay, Virchow in 1821 to 1902, a proponent of cell theory, is given the credit for the phrase omnia cellula decellula, or cells arise from pre-existing cells, indicates the importance of cell division in the creation of new cells. Okay, Virchow the scientist in 1821 to 1902, he has given a proponent of the cell theory. Okay, on that he stated about omnes decellula cellula. So cellular decellular. That means the cells will arise from the pre-existing cells. Okay, the new cells will arising from the already existing cells. Okay, and also indicates the importance of cell division in the creation of new cells. Okay, he also explained about the importance of cell division arising from the already existing cells. Okay, in 1852, a German scientist, Robert Remarque, published his observation on cell division based on his observations of embryo. This was one of the first attempts to understand the mechanism of the cell division. Okay, in 1852, a German scientist, Robert Remarque, published his observations on cell division. Okay, firstly, Virchow has gave a theory about the cell division. Okay, cell division arises from the already existing cells. So later on, a German scientist, Robert Remarque, has published his observations on the cell division based on his observations of embryo. So he has observed the stages of the embryo. So on the embryonic stage, it will converts into zygote in a different stages. Okay, finally the embryo finally forms a complete organism, that is nothing but we will simply call as zygote. This was one of the first attempts to understand the mechanism of the cell division. Okay, so he observed his observation about the cell division on the embryos. Okay, so on the embryonic stage, as we have studied before, so what is having the embryo? So it is having chorion, amnion, allantois, and yolk sac. Okay, and finally the baby comes out from the mother. He stated that binary fission of cells was the means of reproduction of animal cells. What happens during cell division could only be understood better when scientists came to know what is present inside the nucleus of the cell. Okay, as we seen in the binary fission, that means euglena or paramecium, what will happen, how the reproduction is taking place. So in the favorable conditions, the parent will divides into two equal halves. In the unfavorable conditions, the euglena and paramecium come against one another, and right from there, these will transfer genetic materials to form the new individual. Okay, that means it is allowing to transfer the nucleus to the baby paramecium or baby euglena. Okay, so on that stage, so he is concluding that what is present in the inside the nucleus. So inside the nucleus we will see genetic material. Okay, that genetic material will equally transfers to the two baby paramecium right from the parents. Okay, so as we know about the conjugation process which we have studied in the previous classes, so the two organisms come closely and they will transfer the material. That means they will transfer the genetic material to the baby plants equally. Okay. In 1879, Walter Fleming examined many kinds of animal and plant cells and selected those that showed division. So next one, so that means next scientist Walter Fleming in the 1843 to 1905 examined many kind of animal and plant cells to see the division among them. Okay, so he chooses the plant cells and animal cells which undergo the division, that means cell division. He reported from his observation of such cells that there were string-like structures in the nucleus which split longitudinally during cell division. So the plants which the plant cell and animal cell which he has chosen is having a string-like structures on the nucleus and it is splitting longitudinally during the cell division. Okay, so he named such a process of division as mitosis. Mitosis means threads. So such kind of division is simply termed as mitosis. So mito means threads. Okay, fine threads. As the dividing structures resemble the threads, as we told before, the nucleus contains string-like structures and these string-like structures are divided longitudinally during the cell division. Okay. He made a meticulous observation and made sketches and observed that there were a sequence of events in the process of division. So he also made a meticulous observation and he concluded that they were made sketches and observed that there were a sequence of events. So as we seen in the as we seen about the development of the stages of embryo, there are different stages. Okay, first stage is chorion. So chorion to next amnion, amnion to allantois, allantois to yolk sac. Okay, so in these stages the embryo starts growing, just as in the division 2, in the cell division 2, the cells will starts divide and they will show different stages of growth of an organism. Okay, a decade later, these thread-like chromosomes were named as chromosomes. Colored bodies, as repeatedly in efforts to see them, scientists were trying to use dyes to stain the nucleus and found that these structures were stained most often. So a decade later, the scientists who observed, that means Fleming has observed the fine thread-like structures present in the nucleus. Okay, the threads which were found by them are named as the chromosomes. Okay, to observe these chromosomes, they use different dyes to stain the nucleus. Okay, for the sake to observe the chromosomes. His most often discovery was chromosomes appear double in nature. So on his discovery, he observed that chromosomes appear double in its nature. Okay, next Wilhelm Rauwachs in 1850 to 1924 proposed that chromosomes carried a different set of heritable elements and longitudinally splitting observed by Fleming ensured the equal division of these elements. So Wilhelm Rauwachs, a scientist, has observed, so he proposed that chromosomes carry a different set of heritable elements during the longitudinal splitting. Okay, that means chromosomes will have the chromosomes are, as we studied, they are double in nature. They consist of a different set of heritable characters. Okay, combined with the discovery of the Gregor Mendel's 1866 paper on heritable elements in peas, these results highlighted the central role of the chromosomes in carrying heritable material or genetic material. So the Gregor Mendel, so he is a scientist who has conducted his experiments on the pea plants to observe the, so he has made a little bit conclusion to produce a new generation of plants from the F1 generation. He combined F1 generation and F2 generation plants to create new plants, okay, by transferring the genetic material, okay. In cell division, the cell divides into two halves with equal number of chromosomes which are similar to parent cell and or diploid in nature, okay. In the cell division, the cell develops divides into two equal halves with equal number of chromosomes as the chromosomes are diploid in nature, okay. But the chromosome number always retain the same, but the chromosome number will be the same. Also began to wonder about this: when cells divide, the daughter always have the same number of chromosomes as the parent cell, okay. So when the cell divides, the daughter always have, that means the newly formed individual will have same set of chromosomes as the parents, okay. Let us assume that cell division is always preceded by mitosis. In case of man egg cell and sperm cell, like other cells, must contain 46 chromosomes. But if this were so, then the union of egg nucleus and sperm nucleus, which takes place during fertilization, would produce a total of 92 chromosomes in zygote. If it continues, this would be 184, 368 and so on. But the situation is not like that, okay. In the cell division, the chromosomes are dividing equally and they are resembling the chromosome number to the parent cell. But in the case, for suppose if the chromosomes are 46, that means those are arising from the male cells and the female cells. So from the female cells, chromosomes are of 23 pairs, and in the males of again 23 pairs, okay. These 23 pairs, when coming together, so they will show the individual with again 23 chromosomes but not 46 chromosomes. If the number increases as the 46 in the individual, it may increases to 92 and also 184 and 368. So but the situation is not like that. The chromosome number is equal to the parent cell, okay. August Weismann in 1834 to 1914, a biologist, hypothesized that in successive generation, individuals of the same species have the same number of chromosomes. In successive cell division, the number of chromosomes always remain constant. So these Weismann has hypothesized about the chromosomes that in the successive generation, individuals of the same species have same number of chromosomes, but they won't double the number of the chromosomes in the individual. Also, in the successive generation, the number of the chromosomes remains constant, okay. Do you know, August Weismann was a scientist with poor eyesight. It was difficult for him to use a microscope to study cells, but there were other things that he could do. Advancement of science is not only possible by mere collection of data. Someone must think, analyze and interpret the data. August Weismann's poor eyesight forced him to spend time thinking how great he was. So August Weismann is suffering with he is with poor eyesight, so he does not conclude anything about the data. So he has gathered the information what the previous scientist has discovered, okay. The same thing what the other scientist has discovered, he concluded he has hypothesized about the chromosomes by observing, so by collecting data from the previous scientists, okay. Next,